around. I don't have too many SCVs here because I have good saturation here, but not overflow, and I have a decent saturation here, but not really overflow either. There's no sense in sending unnecessary SCVs and leaving the other mineral patches empty. It's all the same difference. Although you could argue it's better to mine these ones out sooner than the ones that you have in your back, more defensible positions. So it is probably to my benefit to go in with more SCVs sooner or later. I did get the double gas up right away, of course, as normal, and opt for the orbital command. And throwing down more supply depots here. As you can see, I'm supply blocked again just for a moment. And this player, let's see how good of resource spending. He's also doing equally as well as me, spending all of his minerals and gas. So our armies are going to be good. This is going to be a nice ball here. Let's take a look at this fight from my position and view advantage point. So we're going to see here how this looks like. I've got the Vikings set to Group 1, I have the tanks set to Group 2, and all of my Marines set to Group 3. My Marines do not have stim and shield, and I see this base up here, I believe, through a scan. So I'm setting up the tank in the back, like I already mentioned I like to do before. I'm probably going to start setting up some tanks here, and then I'm going to move the rest of the tanks up. I like to stagger them out, and here we go. He has no defense here. His army is out of position, so I'm going to take this expansion from him. And he loses a lot of SCVs there, which is really good for me as well. I managed to destroy the command center. So I've sent my Marines down here just to kind of poke, see where his army is and stuff. And I notice that he's moving out across the map. I have some things here, so I'm not too worried about it, though my main focus is this battle. So I set up all my siege tanks. I know that my Viking number probably outnumbers him at this point. I've been non-stop producing 2 Vikings since I've gotten that starport, and my Viking number indeed does outnumber his. So I destroy all of his Vikings. However, his Marauders and army does overwhelm my army, so I land my Vikings to finish him off because there's not much left. At the same time, he's attacking over here, and I did not have enough control to siege these up, or did not notice in time. So these actually fought unsieged, but still thwarted and held off that attack somehow. So I was lucky in that respect. At the same time, all of my Vikings have survived, and will resume full vision. So he actually has a lot of siege tanks here. I was not aware of this at the time, obviously. He probably could have made a really dirty push right now, and I don't know why he didn't. However, I'm opting to expand again, and again up here, knowing that I've destroyed this. I can get 2 expansions ahead of him and definitely take the lead regardless of my actual control and positioning of individual units, since I'll be able to reproduce them at a much higher rate. Now, as you can see, I've got things much queued up and too many resources, so I'm starting to throw down more factories and more buildings so that I can better macro. This is a large amount of resources and kind of unacceptable to have. Normally my games don't go to 3 base, so I'm not entirely perfect with the timings after getting that 3rd base fully saturated yet. As you can see, my main is mined out. I'm throwing down another starport for more Vikings as well, and just continuing to try and stay on top of my macro and not let my resources get too out of control. Him, on the other hand, is doing a very good job of macro. He actually has a nice sized army here, but I hold the watchtower. So here's where vision is going to play a key role. I see everything he has and the position it's in, and he does not see all of my stuff right here. So I will probably set up any minute here and then start bombarding away. I also send in SCVs to repair my weak Vikings and siege tanks as well. I just set them on auto repair and just send them into the general area. So here I siege up my tanks, he moves his guys in and just gets them blown up, and he doesn't really see anything going on here. I noticed this refinery, so I fear he's going for the gold, so I know that if I put siege tanks up on this Zelnaga watchtower, that I can reach the gold mine and prevent him from mining, even if he has a command center there. So here's actually his command center to land. Now I have both of my other command centers up, and I've now spent all of my extra SCVs that I had at both of my saturated bases all to this base and this base as well, so that I'm fully saturating both bases as quickly as possible. I'm also trying to stay on top of macro. As you can see, I do have things queued up in most places and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm trying to focus on my army. I'm not perfect like the pros, so I do have a lot of unspent resources at the moment, but I am maintaining a hold in the middle of the map here and standing my ground. This SCV is still on auto repair and has actually repaired a lot of my Vikings. So I know I still have air count superiority, and I'm just trying to maintain a nice kind of contain in the middle of the map so that I can safely hold these expansions without worry of an army just crushing them before I can get there. I'm also opting to build orbital commands at each one in case he does a drop of a couple Marines or things like that. It's incredibly frustrating to lose your whole base or mineral line over a couple Marines when it's easily preventable, and I have plenty of scans from 3 other orbital commands anyway, so scans and mules, so it really doesn't matter that I'm opting to get the planetary fortress with these 2. He now has this one fully saturated, however he does not have either gas, so I'm guessing he is probably gas starved, and he is. He has no gas whatsoever, so that's taking its toll. I, on the other hand, have started spending all of my gas, but I do still have a mineral influx, so I've started to throw down my gases as well, which I didn't have just a minute ago. Now I'm going to push in here, make another kind of attempt on him, break him down, and as we can see, I actually want to see who has more units right now. He only has 7 siege tanks. I have 14, so I literally double his siege tank number. My Vikings is 21 to his 6, so I triple that number as well. The difference is he has tons of Marines and Marauders, but Marines and Marauders just aren't good enough. As you can see, they stormed that. They did take out a lot of my tanks, but it was not enough. And because I had backup ones here, I was able to hammer that down. I scanned up here to get some vision. He GG'd and left the game. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I don't know if it was as exciting for you as it was for me while I was playing it, but it was very intense for me anyway, and I figured I'd cast it.